State, and they will have the advantage down low against Youngstown State, who features Lily Ritz, the forward 6'2", along with Chelsea Olsen, the Youngstown State Female Athlete of the Year a year ago. Megan Callahan, the transfer from Robert Morris, and the second consecutive game that they feature Maddie Albaugh and Malia Magestro in the starting lineup.
Well, and you know Maddie Albaugh is going to have the very tough task of trying to slow down Destiny Leo.
In the center circle, Dumas and Ritz. Ritz will win the opening tip, and we are underway here in Youngstown. A staple game for both programs as they are fighting for that first place positioning in the league. Early turnover by YSU, picked off inside by Dumas.
Well, solid man-to-man defense to begin the game for CSU. They didn't let YSU breathe.
Zenyevska with the basketball, trying to drive against Olsen. A tough shot fading away. That won't fall. And the rebound comes down to Chelsea Olsen, who's coming off an ultra-rare double-double. Not in points and rebounds, but rebounds and assists.
Deja Williams picking up the first foul. And the one thing I'm noticing about CSU, in particular Deja Williams, she is playing really, really tight man defense.
Deja Williams is the transfer from Cal State Northridge, was an All-Big West freshman of the year. 10 points per game and hit 55 threes in the 2019-2020 campaign. Olsen feeds it down low. Here's Lily Ritz going to work. Goes to the strong side, won't get it to fall. Got her own rebound, faces to the basket, and a jump ball will be called. Aggressive hands underneath, and the possession arrow points towards Cleveland State.
Well, that's just some aggressive defense by Cleveland State. And again, Lily Ritz, much like all the bigs in this league, you got to learn. You got to put the ball upstairs, not down where the guards can snag it.
Deja Williams will throw it up top. Back over to Zenyevska. Bounce pass deflected by Magestro. Ball loose on the floor. Ritz will come away with it and then throws it back to Leo. Leo from downtown. Her three is long. And Lily Ritz with a nice box out tips it over to Chelsea Olsen.
Well, this game is starting out with a lot of great defense by both teams.
As expected, Youngstown State, who leads the Horizon League in scoring defense, they allow just 52 points per game. Lily Ritz underneath, and she'll score our first basket.
Now the fans are going to sit down, get comfortable. This is going to be a big-time game, Richie.
Destiny Leo, the leading scorer in the league, spins away from Albaugh, and a foul will be called. It's a charge. Drawn underneath by Lily Ritz, who took the contact from Zenyevska. And a good job by Ritz to get the positioning underneath, stay away from that zone, and draw the charge. Second foul against Cleveland State.
I think we got some talking by the officials right now. Lily Ritz may have been in the restricted area, and I think that's what the referees are talking about here.
Our officiating crew will talk it over. Our officials, Chris Oakes, Kyle Potcotter, and Dara Lofshin, and you made the correct call there, Ron.
Yeah, he pointed right at the restricted area. John Barnes isn't too happy, but if we look at the replay, Lily Ritz's feet were in that restricted area. That's a no-no.
So Ritz will pick up her first personal. She was in foul trouble on Thursday against Purdue Fort Wayne and was only able to play 16 minutes in that game. Ron, let's take a look.
There's
left foot is inside.
Yep. Left foot's right inside. There's no question. This is going to be a foul on Lily Ritz.
So that's a good call by our officiating crew. Although they're going to take another look at it, and that will send us to a break. 2-0. Youngstown State on top early. We got a good one here in the Bigley Center.
It's always out there. The horizon. A reminder that our greatest goals are rarely attained. And as soon as you reach one, another emerges. But every day we rise and work harder, dig deeper, ask one more question, take one more shot in relentless pursuit of our horizon.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State, and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex, and I'm Y and proud.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
Here, let me show you how this works.
it takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
Schedule your appointment today with Mazza's Heating and Cooling at mazzasheating.com.
How come we're always saying no to the stuff we really love? At Panera, we say it's time. Time to say yes to the good stuff. Yes to halvesies. Yes to doing it your way. Yes to stretchies. Yes to rolling with it. Yes to wins. Yes to taking the plunge. Yes to this. And this. And this. And definitely this. And yes to more bread. Always more bread. Panera. Live your yes. Now $1 delivery.
Indianapolis, the heart of college basketball. And each March, home to the Horizon League men's and women's basketball championships. 8 teams look to reach the horizon and punch their
that they have faced more ever in their program history. This is now the 47th consecutive season that Youngstown State is taking on Cleveland State. The Northeastern Ohio rivalry, something else that we could talk about here today, Ron. This is a rivalry that has flourished over the years, have had so many competitive games. Last season, the 2 games between Youngstown State and Cleveland State decided by 3 points.
Yeah, this is a great rivalry, and Cleveland State brings their fans to Youngstown. Youngstown State brings their fans to Cleveland. It's a fun rivalry.
Destiny Leo at the line to shoot 2. She leads the Horizon League. 91% free throw shooter as she knocks in both, and we are tied up at 2 here in the early going.
Yeah, she's so good at the free throw line, you'd have a major news story if she ever missed a free throw.
No doubt about it. She averages about 6 free throws per game, and she just set a career high on Thursday at Robert Morris, connected 12 of 13 free throw attempts for a career high. Penguins basketball, they had to reset the shot clock. Cleveland State's going to come out running a 2-3, although they man up inside against Ritz. Olsen drives inside. The floater from the free throw line won't fall, and the rebound will come down to Isabel Gradwell.
A lot of standing around for the Penguins offensively in that last possession. They got to move their bodies.
Deja Williams chucks up a 3, and she'll knock it down. Deja Williams, who has played and scored in every game this season, has knocked in a 3. She is shooting now 45% from 3 in her last 4 games.
Yeah, and this is something that the Cleveland State Vikings are going to have to do, because outside of Leo, they only shoot 21% from three-point range.
Penguins go back to their bread and butter. Nice little dish underneath to Ritz. She has all 4 of the Penguins' points here in the first quarter. Deja Williams looking to turn the corner, gives it off. Deep 3 from Gradwell, and she rattles it home. Cleveland State coming out hot shooting. They're 2 of 3 now from the 3-point arc. 8-4 lead for Cleveland State. Megan Callahan drills it inside. Back to Ritz. Back outside. Magestro. She traveled with the basketball. That's the 4th turnover for YSU. And off the bench, checking in is Paige Shy. She will come off the bench for the 2nd consecutive game, where Youngstown State features their 2 guards, Malia Magestro and Maddie Albach. Paige Shy started the first 9 games for YSU, but is transitioning into a new role here in the middle half of this season. Gradwell feeds it down low. Nadia Dumas, the up and under, reverse side with the left hand. A nifty move against Ritz, and Dumas is on the board.
Cleveland State playing with that caliber of basketball that we thought that we would see at some point today. They're playing some really good ball right now.
Cleveland State up by 6. Alba feeds it over. Olsen from downtown missed it short, and crashing the boards is Gradwell, her second rebound. Isabel Gradwell looking to go coast to coast, draws the contact against Shy, and she will now head to the free throw line to shoot 2. Well, Cleveland State doing what they do best early on and taking the ball to the basket, Ron. Even though they're a bigger lineup, they still have the ability to get to that free throw line via the basket.
Yeah, that was a solid move by Gradwell. She did a little stop move and just went right past Paige Shy.
Gradwell's first, she missed it short. Cleveland State, who is first in the Horizon League with now 174 made free throws this season. They're first in the country in points per game from the free throw line. Ron, this is a team that averages 15 points per game from the stripe alone.
And that just tells me that when their guards have the ball, they're not afraid to take the ball to the hoop, go into the tall trees in the post and take the ball to the basket. This is a very aggressive team offensively.
Olsen left all alone. Feeds Alba, has plenty of time to put one up. She missed it left, and the Penguins are now 0 of 3 from the three-point line to start. Feed up ahead, way too strong. It's last touched off of Alba, who tipped it out of bounds.
Cleveland State playing with the urgency that I thought they would be playing with. This was a team that was upset in Coriopolis on Thursday night, and as we said at the top of the show, this team cannot afford to be 2 games behind Youngstown State.
And they're short-numbered today, only 8 players that are eligible for the Vikings, so a short bench that they're going to have to use today, as Olsen's going to grab Isabel Geraci on the dribble drive, and she will pick up her first foul. That's the 3rd team foul for the Penguins here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and this is certainly going to be another key that we really didn't talk about. The fact that Cleveland State loves to go to the free throw line, YSU is going to have to be very conscientious about their fouls.
Isabel Gradwell picks up, throws it back out to Deja Williams. 10 to shoot for Cleveland State. Williams trying to get by Majestro, spins into the lane, lost the basketball, and now a held ball between Megan Callahan and Gabriella Smith. Possession arrow goes Youngstown State's way, as the forward at 6'4" and Lindsay Leonard, the transfer from Duquesne, will check in for the first time today.
Yeah, and Lindsay Leonard, you don't think she's going to have a chip on her shoulder? She's from Cleveland, playing Cleveland State. This could be fun.
She scored in 9 straight games this season. Had a career-high 9 points before the break against Point Park, and in the last 3 games, Lindsay Leonard shooting 41% from the field. Into the corner for Megan Callahan. Good ball movement by YSU, but Cleveland State all over it on the perimeter. Under 10, Lindsay Leonard feeds it back off to Majestro. Great defense by Williams to deny the screen. Majestro drives to the lane. The scoop shot won't go, and then Leonard will grab the rebound, but the ball didn't hit the rim. Therefore, it's a shot clock violation.
Boy, that's a really good call by the officials. I thought for a second the ball did hit the rim, which would have automatically put the shot clock back to 20.
And then a charge going the other way. That's drawn by Paige Shy. On the knockdown is Amel Guafeng. So that's Guafeng's first, team second, and a moving pick that knocked down Shy.
A good job by Paige Shy. She was able to absorb the hit.
Majestro in the corner. Feeds it back up top to Chelsea Olsen. Back to Majestro, and now a charge is drawn by Cleveland State. That'll go against Olsen. That's the team's 4th and Olsen's 2nd. She's going to have to take an early break.
Yeah, and that's not a good sign for the Penguins. The redshirt senior, who's been around here the longest tenured Penguin, now on the bench with 2 fouls.
Cleveland State has come out with a 2-3 zone and has just held the Penguins to 4 points here in the first 5 minutes of play. Guofeng feeds it back outside. The pass inside, deflected by Callahan. She comes away with a steal, and then she stepped on the sideline.
Stepped on the end line right in front of the scorer's desk.
So you can make that 6 turnovers for YSU. And we go back to our keys to the game, Ron. Take care of the basketball. Well, that has killed YSU here in the early going. Six turnovers in the first 6 minutes.
You know, this is the first time that we're seeing Cleveland State, and I can see why they're forcing close to 19 turnovers a game. This is a very active defense by the Vikings.
Destiny Leo, guarded by Alba, turns the corner, trying to spring free. She will, gets to the basket, too strong on the layup, but got her own rebound. Now turns around, a 4th shot won't fall, and Guofeng will get a second chance for Cleveland State. She's trapped in the corner. Now finds Guofeng inside, tough shot fading away, will fall. Nice move by Nadia Dumas for 2.
Well, the Penguins have got to match the intensity of Cleveland State right now.
13-4 here in the early going. Youngstown State, who's undefeated in league play, down early. Alba for 3. She left it short, and gathering the board is Gabriella Smith. Penguins continue their struggles from 3-point range, 0 of 3. Drive inside won't fall. Ball poked out of bounds and saved underneath. They throw it right to the hands of Maddie Alba. Alba shovels it to Paige Shy. Driving baseline, drew some contact, and will head to the line.
Outstanding move by Paige Shy. Took the ball to the basket instead of taking the open jumper. I like the mentality by Shy.
And the scouting report against Paige Shy, obviously one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, and they play her pressure on the 3-point arc, and then she drives right by you. So a good drive by Paige Shy to head to the line. The transfer from Marshall, who looks to get Youngstown State back in the ball game. Penguins as a team, as usual, shooting 72.2% from the free throw line this season, as Shy will rattle in the first.
Now the foul called on Nadia Dumas, her first.
Shy's second is money. She knocks in both. Checking in for YSU, Lexi Wagner will come off the bench. And then recently just checked in was Lindsey Mack. 2 players who have played significant minutes, as Mack will take the break now. Gabriella Smith dumps it up top to Destiny Leo. She turns around, that jumper won't fall, and the ball is poked out of bounds. It will go Youngstown State's way. Well, a good job here by YSU controlling Destiny Leo. She has just 2 points, both from the free throw line. She's 0 of 4 from the field to start.
Now the Penguins, they need to cut this lead down to about 4 or 3 points by the end of the quarter. See if they can do that.
Callahan throws it inside, and Guofeng was all over it. She tapped it out of bounds.
Yeah, that was some good defense by Guofeng. I like what this Vikings team does. They like playing deny defense, where they get the hand right into the body of the would-be receiver of the pass. They don't allow much breathing room in the post.
No doubt about it. Lily Ritz feeds it into the corner. Megan Callahan catch and shoot 3, and she knocks it down.
That was a much needed 3 for the Penguins. Let's see if they can get the ball rolling on the perimeter game.
Callahan has made a 3 in 8 straight games now. And a big contributor from distance for Youngstown State. On the other end, that 3-pointer missed way long as it bangs off the backboard, and Paige Shy is there to gather the long rebound. Alba trapped in the corner, and then a foul will be called against Cleveland State. They're going to call that on number 34, Gabriella Smith. That's the 14th foul for Cleveland State. Lexi Wagner, the sophomore from Wisconsin, throws it in. Under 2 minutes left to play in the first quarter. 4-point lead for Cleveland State. Ritz turns around, feeds it Wagner. Another catch and shoot 3, and it's money. Lexi Wagner with a big-time three for Youngstown State. She's already passed her point total from last season, has now scored in 9 contests off the bench for YSU.
Ball movement, ball movement, ball movement. That's the key to this run for the Penguins.
Guofeng poked away by Lily Ritz. Now back outside to Maddie Olbach. Drives against Williams, dumps it underneath to Ritz, who was blocked from behind by Guofeng. Guofeng, who's now playing in just her first year with Youngstown State, or with Cleveland State. She transferred from Radford, where she played her first 2 seasons there, was a 2018-2019 Big South champion. Into the corner, Wagner looking for her second three. That won't fall. Nice box out underneath, and using her height to grab the rebound was Nadia Dumas. Under a minute to play. Cleveland State has been held scoreless in the final 2 minutes so far. Shaping around, Dumas feeds it inside to Leo. Back outside. Under 10 to shoot. Dumas spins to the right hand. Hook shot won't fall. Offensive board by Gradwell, and then that ball poked out of bounds.
We got a foul away from the ball. Call that on Magestro?
Looks like it.
She's not even on the floor.
And now the official's going to go to the scores table. And I think it's a problem with either the shot clock, because Magestro, like you said, is not on the floor, so it wouldn't have been a foul. All right, they put 2 seconds back on the shot clock.
There we go.
So that was the issue. Cleveland State will inbound underneath. With 39.8 left to play in our first quarter, 13-12. Cleveland State got out to an early lead, but Youngstown State has answered right back. Have hit a couple of big-time threes to get them back in the ball game, and now both teams will be sent to the bench, as the officials are going to have to go to the replay monitor to check both the time and the shot clock.
Yeah, Coach Kilsmeyer just flat out looked at the kids and gave the, okay, we're running out of time here look. And then obviously with the officials going to the replay, now Coach Kilsmeyer is drawing up a play just in case we have so much time left for CSU to get a shot off.
Head coach Chris Kilsmeyer, in his 4th season with Cleveland State, has a 52-42 overall record. This is his 22nd year coaching basketball. He was a 10-year head coach at Wayne State, where he was the all-time winningest coach at Wayne State, had 237 wins, and he guided Wayne State to 5 postseason appearances. Cleveland State picked up a good one.
Yeah, no question. This guy has 468 wins overall. He's in his 4th year at Cleveland State University, 52-42. He's done a really nice job.
So they had to fix the game clock time. They put 2 back on the shot clock. Cleveland State to inbound. They lob it up top. Desperation heave from Williams, almost from half court, and that will be a shot clock violation. That's definitely not the play that head coach Chris Kilsmeyer drew up.
Well, that was the last resort pass. Everyone was guarded very nicely by the Penguins.
4 seconds will differentiate the game and shot clock. Wagner bounces it over. Callahan from deep. That one long. Ball tapped out into the hands of Callahan. And now the shot clock will be turned off.
Well, the Penguins with an opportunity to take the lead at the end of the quarter.
Albaugh's going to get the high screen. Turns around with 3 seconds. Wagner, 1 second. Ball poked away. Half-court heave from Williams, and she threw it over the basket. That'll take us to our
kind of figured these two teams would play down some really good defense. And, we're not being spoiled or anything. This is a solid performance.
We're going to have a bit of a delay as some technological issues occur here in the Beagley Center. Well, Ron, the new year has approached us here today. Any New Year's resolution so far for you, Ron?
That's a good question. I got to think about this one. I'm probably, well, if my cardiologist is listening, losing weight is going to be the big one. So that's going to be the number one thing for yours truly.
All right, well, during this time, we'd like to remind you that the Horizon League comprises of 12 public and private institutions located in some of the largest media markets in the country, with a footprint covering 11.5 million homes. Last year's viewers watched more than 35 million minutes of action. To learn more, visit horizonleague.com. Also, Indianapolis is the heart of college basketball and home of the Horizon League Basketball Championships. Action starts March 1st and 3rd on campus before culminating at Indiana Farmers Coliseum in Indianapolis, March 7th and 8th. Come see who will reach the horizon, and for more information, go to horizonleague.com/Indy. Well, I don't know about you, Ron. I'm looking forward to this Horizon League tournament this year. There's so many good teams around the league. Two of the best competing here today, Cleveland State and Youngstown State. But how about IUPUI going on the road and beating a top 25 team in Iowa? They almost upset Michigan in the first game of the year, where they took the Wolverines to overtime. IUPUI, one of the best teams in the conference for the past decade, but they just got upset against Northern Kentucky last night. Cleveland State got beat to Robert Morris. You never know what's going to happen in this league.
See, I don't even know if you can consider Northern Kentucky's victory over IUPUI an upset. I'm looking at Northern Kentucky's record, 9-3 overall. That's not a bad-looking team. And look, Lindsey Duval is one heck of a good basketball player. 7 3-pointers in the victory, 26 points overall. This is a top-heavy league with Youngstown State, CSU, Northern Kentucky, and even though IUPUI is 5-5, their non-conference schedule has been a really, really tough non-conference. So you're going to put an asterisk next to that record. Those 4 teams alone, look, if we continue to see serious damage against Cleveland State.
The Penguins have 6 players who have double-digit threes this season. And for Youngstown State, they have led the league in the last 7 seasons for threes in a single game. So the Penguins, who have been a sharpshooting team under head coach John Barnes, looking to get back on track from three-point range. They're 2 of 7 to start. Out of the timeout to start our second quarter, the three-pointer is offline by Zenyevska. Cleveland State comes back into that 2-3 extended zone where they're going to play beyond the three-point arc. Paige Shy feeds it over to Magestro. She will peel it back out to the Y logo. Now back up to Albaugh. Albaugh looking to penetrate. Now to Megan Callahan, who's guarded by Deja Williams. Outside, Magestro from downtown, no good. And Ritz with another offensive board. Going to work against Nadia Dumas. And then a foul will be called on the floor against Cleveland State. That foul will go against Gradwell.
Yeah, they're going to get Gradwell on the foul.
That's Gradwell's first, team's first. Now the 4th Viking to have a foul in the basketball game, although it's spread out, not in foul trouble.
How about the maintenance staff here at Youngstown State MacGyvering the time clock above the basket on the far end at Beagley.
Lily Ritz gets the scoring started in quarter number 2. A nice move down low. She's got 6 points. And then a charge will be called. For a second there, thought that Gradwell shuffled the shoes. Instead, they get Deja Williams with the foul.
Yeah, and what happened was the arm went above the waist, and you're using that free arm to try to get some separation. You're not going to do that.
That's the second against Deja Williams. Paid shy. Throws it inside. Ritz facing that baseline. Just had to tip it back. Zeniewska, long pass up to Williams. The Euro step. Good job by Magestro staying strong underneath and forcing that wild circus shot. Magestro, she fakes, has a Euro step, and a block will be called against Dumas. Magestro able to avoid that double. Goes with the cross step, and then Dumas is called with her second personal foul. So that will send Malia Magestro to the line to shoot 2.
That was a great move by Magestro. Instead of going right at Dumas, she went to the left of her and brushed up against her for the drawing the foul, I should say.
First free throw from Magestro, no good. Malia Magestro in her last 4 games, she's starting to heat it up. 9.75 points per game and has knocked in 5 3-pointers. Against Purdue Fort Wayne on Thursday, she had that 10-0 run of herself in the 4th quarter where the Penguins were able to pull away from the Macedons and take that victory.
Richie, I had an opportunity to see Magestro in the pregame warmups. She was burying threes from the left and up top. It would be interesting to watch that.
Destiny Leo off her back foot. Her first 3 of the afternoon. Cleveland State takes back a 1-point lead. Destiny Leo, who leads the Horizon League with 2.9 threes a game. Paid shy, way too strong on the quick trigger 3. Zeniewska grabs another board for Cleveland State as she's got 3 rebounds. Driving inside, Gradwell over top on the runner, no. Dumas inside, cleans up the trash and puts it in the can.
Yeah, nice job by Dumas getting the offensive rebound, and that's exactly what Cleveland State needs to do a lot more of. Keep the Penguins off the glass.
Back inside, Ritz gets the flyby. She got fouled, and you could count the bucket.
Great move by Lily Ritz. Boy, she had Gradwell up in the air. Ritz did a nice job of moving her body ever so slightly inside to get that contact, and she got the hoop.
Lily Ritz in Horizon League play has been dangerous this season. Ritz from the floor in her first 3 games in the Horizon League this season has scored 20 or more and is shooting 71% from the field. A power presence inside, the transfer from Wheeling, Division II school, and she shows that she could be a Division I player all along as she has been the leading scorer for Youngstown State and has led this team inside.
The million-dollar mystery, how the heck was she a D2 player or recruited as a D2 player?
There's a reason that she was the leading rebounder in all of Division II basketball and was second in the league in scoring. Cleveland State back up 2. Dumas with the bucket for the Vikings. Dumas now has 6 points to lead Cleveland State. Lindsey Mack just checked in for the Penguins. Under 10 to shoot for YSU. Magestro into the corner for Callahan. Now back outside. 5 seconds left to play. Magestro is going to be called, or it's going to draw the call, and that will go against Cleveland State and number 34, Gabriella Smith. That is Smith's second and the team's 5th. So they're over the limit already in the first 4 minutes.
Yeah, there's 4 kids from Cleveland State that have 2 fouls, and this just leads right into the fact that Cleveland State's only dressing 8 players today.
Malia Majestro's first, missed it left. She came in the last 4 games shooting over 80% from the free throw line, but so far today is now 1 of 3, and you can make that 1 of 4. Lily Ritz, though, gets the second chance for YSU. Grabs now her 3rd offensive rebound in the first half. Alba kicks it outside. Callahan, dead-eye 3, and she knocks it in. Megan Callahan, her second 3.
Great job of penetrating by Alba. Kicked it back out to Callahan for the easy 3.
We go back and forth here in the first half, and a foul will be called against Callahan on the other side as she bumped away Barbara Zeniewska.
Yeah, the officials are calling the bump where every player is kind of conditioned now to try to have their arms extended out, and the officials are calling that today.
Geraci throws it into Leo. Leo lost her footing, and a foul will be called again against Youngstown State. They're going to call this one on Megan Callahan again. That's her second, team second.
Yeah, that's the second foul on Callahan in about 10 seconds.
And now Magistro is going to have to be a late check-in for Callahan as the play is going on. And now the officials are going to blow it dead.
Yeah, the officials are going to get together. I mean, it was a really, really late substitution here.
So Magistro ran to the table at the last second, was looking to check in, and as the ball was inbounded to Zeniewska, Magistro came in, and now a technical foul will be given to Youngstown State. That's pretty much a substitute violation there. You can't run in during the middle of the play. You got 6 players on the floor.
And I think the other problem with that is the horn did not sound for the substitution to come in.
So just a miscommunication between the bench of Youngstown State and the officials. And John Barnes is saying the horn blew. The horn did not blow.
No.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, the horn did not blow for the substitution. That's the reason why the officials called the technical foul. There was no horn. And the ball was already in the hands of the person taking the ball out of bounds, so you couldn't bring the sub in.
Yeah, Zeniewska turned around and was like, wait a minute. We're playing 6-on-5 here. For Ohio's Miss Basketball her senior year at North High School, where she amassed 2,227 points. That is 24th in Ohio high school records.
Destiny Leo from Willowick, which is a Cleveland suburb. So
hometown.
Good job by Cleveland State making sure that Miss Leo was kept in the area.
And she's had one heck of a career with Cleveland State.
Boy, no kidding. And she's only a sophomore.
She's only a sophomore.
That's the scary part.
All freshman team a year ago, 6th player of the year, scoring 11.5 points per game. Nice feed underneath, although the layup is missed by Guafeng. And here come the Penguins the other way.
That was some good defense by the Penguins, being able to alter the shot by Guafeng.
Wagner picks up her dribble. Has to feed it off to Magistro. Back over, Wagner catch and shoot 3, and it's money again. Lexi Wagner, 2 big threes here this afternoon. She's played in 17 of the 19 games so far off the bench. Coming back after a knee injury and has knocked in 2 big ones as an over-the-back foul is called by Barbara Zeniewska.
Yeah, that was an easy call. Zeniewska went way over the back, trying to tip the ball to one of her teammates. That was a no-brainer.
Youngstown State in the bonus here. CSU with 6 fouls, and Lindsey Mack will head to the free throw line. Mack, who has made a triple in 6 straight games off the bench. She is averaging 14 minutes per game as she knocks in the first. Mack has now scored at least 1 bucket in 7 straight contests for Youngstown State. Has been a big contributor out of the transfer portal, where Youngstown State lost 25% of their players to that transfer portal a year ago, 50% of their points, and a couple of the transfers have played some big roles. Ritz, Leonard, Lindsey Mack, and Paige Shy. Destiny Leo looking to get by Magistro. Hooks it around the baseline. Before the shot, a blocking foul is called against Lindsay Leonard.
Yeah, Leonard just a tad bit late trying to get to the spot. Destiny Leo knocked her down. And again, like I said, Leonard just a tad bit late.
So Leonard's going to have to head back to the bench. Lily Ritz will come back in. 4th team foul against Youngstown State here in the second quarter. This has been a chippy second quarter to start.
Lots of fouls called on both teams. 17 in all here in the first half.
Isabel Geraci missed the 3.
This high zone defense by Cleveland State causing all kinds of problems for Youngstown State.
And they force the 9th turnover by the Penguins. Zeniewska left all alone from 3. That one long, and the rebound comes down to Magestro. Cleveland State is now 3 of 10 from three-point range here in the first half.
One of the other things I really like about this Cleveland State team, they're getting back defensively. YSU wants to push the pace, and they're not able to.
In the corner, Mack for 3, left well short, deflected. Zeniewska pokes it away to Gabriella Smith, and then the ball's turned over to Youngstown State. And now the Penguins are going to try and slow it down, up-tempo here in the last minute. They look for a good possession, although Ritz has been heavily guarded underneath. They just can't seem to get the ball inside. And there's another denial, this time by Amel Guafung, who grabs the steal.
Yeah, Guafung did a really nice job denying that pass inside to Ritz.
Cleveland State defensively inside has been impressive. That 2-3 zone shaping up to be a good one here today. Here is Guafung. Going to the basket, aggressive take, missed it short. Ball poked into the hands of Cleveland State, and now a foul will be called. The bucket was scored by Gabriella Smith. We'll see if they count it. That foul goes against Lily Ritz. It looks like they're going to count the bucket, and when we come back, Gabriella Smith will have a chance to shoot for a three-point. Junior out of Bolingbrook, Illinois. Gabriella Smith, who is a 2-time transfer, started her freshman year at Ball State and then her sophomore year at Iowa Western, where she was the ICCA Player of the Year. Scored 15.1 points per game and led Iowa Western to a 22-3 overall record.
And that foul on Lily Ritz, her second foul, so Lily's going to have to be real careful, although she's not in the game right now.
Yeah, 2 of the best players on the bench for Youngstown State, Chelsea Olsen and Lily Ritz, who both have 2 personal fouls in this first half. Wagner for 3. She's got the hot hand here off the bench for YSU.
Yeah, you were wondering if someone was going to step up in response to Chelsea Olsen and Lily Ritz on the bench. Lexi Wagner saying, I'm that person.
Lexi Wagner, the redshirt sophomore out of Wisconsin, 3 threes in this first half as she has tied her season high. She knocked in 3 3-pointers against Eastern Michigan to open up the season, and she already has a triple 3 times here in this first half.
Destiny Leo trying to answer with a 3. The ball went off the iron and out of bounds. I'll tell you what, Maddie Albaugh is doing one heck of a good job defensively on Destiny Leo.
Maddie Albaugh in the last 4 games has held the leading scorer on the floor for each team to just 6 combined points and has held each player to a season low on the season. Wagner with the drive to the bucket. She got fouled now. That goes against Amel Guafung. That is her second. And Lexi Wagner draws that presence outside after knocking in 3 3-pointers. Coming out to guard her was Leo, was able to get by her, and then has a chance to go to the line as she knocks in the first.
I am really liking the ultra competitiveness of the 5'10" redshirt sophomore Lexi Wagner.
Wagner now in double digits for the second time this season. She's got 10 points here in the first half and is the leading scorer for Youngstown State. Largest lead of the afternoon for the Penguins, 31-25. Driving to the bucket, Zeniewska lost her footing and lost the basketball out of bounds. Barbara Zeniewska, the transfer from New Mexico Junior College and Panola College. And her second year with Cleveland State, had a big game against the Penguins last year at a career high, 19 points. Knocked in 4 threes. Today, Zeniewska has been held 0 for 3 from the floor. Wagner again, she knocks in her 4th 3.
Just keep feeding Wagner. Good things are going to happen.
Lexi Wagner with a career high 4 threes in a game. leads the Penguins to a 9-point lead. Runner won't go. Second try. Good cleanup underneath by Dumas.
Yeah, Nadia Dumas with a very nice offensive rebound. Put back in for CSU to keep them close.
1:30 left to play in our first half. Cleveland State has been outscored here in the second quarter, 22-14. Wagner again left all alone, and she'll take advantage.
Well, Wagner took advantage of a really nice screen by someone from YSU. Hey, look, just keep feeding the hot hand of Lexi Wagner right now.
Wagner on fire, 5 threes. Good backdoor cut underneath. The foul will go against Alban. Send Destiny Leo back to the line.
You don't see Maddie Alban getting lost defensively very often. Destiny Leo did a really nice job on a backdoor cut. She blew right past Alban. Maddie had no choice but to foul her.
Destiny Leo, who has 4 of her 7 points from the free throw line here today. 2 of them the technical fouls on the illegal substitution against Youngstown State. Destiny Leo, as we mentioned, Horizon League All-Freshman team a year ago. She has a 3 in every game but 1 this season, as her first will get the friendly roll and drop in.
Yeah, you figure 5 of her 8 points have come from the free throw line. She's only hit 1 field goal today. That's just some darn good defense by Albaugh.
Very uncharacteristic miss from Leo as she splits the pair. 1 minute left to play here in the first half.
I feel like that should be front page story in the Plain Dealer, the Vindicator, and the Tribune Chronicle, partner. Feet are starting to get a little cold. maybe the place where Satan lives just got frozen.
Nice hands by Zeniewska. She argues that it's their basketball, but it's poked out of bounds by Barbara Zeniewska. Only 2 to shoot for YSU.
Yeah, this is where a lot of picks and screens need to happen right here.
Wagner to inbound. They throw it in. Magestro turns around with the left hand, got fouled. A foul that just cannot happen as the shot clock expires.
Yeah, I don't understand what Destiny Leo was thinking there. I mean, it's nice to play good defense, but you got to give her some space. I mean, there is no way you should foul anybody with the shot clock down to a second. Just let them have that shot.
And she's fading away, too, from the basket with her left hand only. A one-handed shot from three-point range. I think it's safe to say that's not a very high percentage shot.
No, that's not a high percentage shot, even with someone as talented as Malia Magestro.
Magestro here today has scored 2 points, both from the free throw line. Magestro in her last 4 games has knocked in 5 triples. Yet to hit one today, has only shot 1, and she just got fouled.
Well, all of a sudden, the Penguins have just extended to a double-digit lead.
15 seconds to shoot. Destiny Leo, the sophomore guard from Willowick, Ohio. Trying to get the screen. Maddie Albaugh stuck like glue. They do get the screen over top of Lennard. A nice finish underneath for Destiny Leo. Youngstown State has to hurry. 2 seconds left. They get it to Magestro. Full court heave, and she banged it off the backboard to take us into the halftime. 9-point lead. Youngstown State with an impressive second quarter. We'll have the halftime report coming up next here on ESPN+.
Today's pros need today's tools, and nobody understands that better than the Home Depot. Our online project calculators cut guesswork and extra trips. Job site delivery frees you up to focus on the task at hand. And if you don't want to buy equipment, you can rent it. That's how today's pros get more done. New tech, new tools, old-fashioned hard work. The Home Depot
2018 run, Youngstown State is 39-11 on Roselli Court. That's a winning percentage of 780. There's just something different about the Beagley Center in which the Penguins always find a way to get a W.
Well, the crowd is a very large part of the reason why the Penguins were able to get a win. This crowd loves their YSU women's basketball.
Chelsea Olsen checks back in. She missed the majority of that first half with 2 fouls. They go to Lily Ritz out of the timeout, and they missed the jump hook. Rebound comes down to Cleveland State. Destiny Leo, the leading scorer with 10 points. Looks to feed it down low to Dumas. Dumas going to work against Ritz. Over top, a tough shot, and it is left short.
Lily Ritz, 6'1" with long arms. That's going to be a tough shot.
Chelsea Olsen, today who has been held to 0 points, and a whistle against Cleveland State, a foul on the floor. That'll go against Barbara Zeniewska, and that's her second, team's first. The Vikings now have 6 players out of their 8 eligible that have 2 fouls.
Yeah, this is going to be a interesting second half. The way the officials called the first half, very tight.
Callahan with a free throw jumper. Did not get the friendly roll, fell off. Pushing the floor is Deja Williams. Williams off the Gradwell screen. Now hooks it over to Zeniewska. Her no-look pass is stolen by Chelsea Olsen.
That's just some really good switch defense put on by Youngstown State. They did a good job switching.
As we saw in the first half, 2-3 zone by the Vikings. Long skip pass into the corner. Megan Callahan for 3. Nope. Missed it short. Coming around with a rebound is Isabel Gradwell. Gradwell looking to go coast to coast. Now finds Leo. Leo driving against Alba. She's fouled, and you could count the continuation bucket. Destiny Leo uses her power. Used the shoulder to drill into Maddie Alba. Knocked her over, and then the continuation basket will count.
I'm a little surprised that they got Maddie Alba on the foul, because it looked like Leo had dipped her shoulder, which should be code for offensive foul.
Either way, Leo back to the free throw line, 5 of 6 in that first half, and you can make it 6 for 7. Destiny Leo in the last 4 games averaging 24 points per game. Wagner's going to be heavily guarded beyond the three-point arc. 17 points, 5 threes, a career-high day for Lexi Wagner. Redshirt sophomore from Wisconsin, and her native Wisconsin, Chelsea Olsen, missed it. Here's Gradwell going against Magestro, creates some space, steps back and knocks in the easy 2.
And Gradwell did a really nice job creating space with her free arm. And again, we've always said, if you do that below the waist, it won't be called.
Cleveland State with a bit of a run, 5-0 run out of the timeout to start our third quarter. Lead down to 4. Wide open inside, over top to Ritz on the strong side, will bank it home.
Well, anytime you can get the ball to Lily Ritz in the low post, game over. Nobody's going to stop her.
Gradwell, nice dish underneath, wide open. Dumas for 2. She's in double digits with 10.
Now we're going to start heating it up back and forth. These two teams are known for their really good defense. We're not seeing much defense since the first quarter ended.
Pass inside. Ball loose on the floor. Ritz almost had it stolen by Williams. Wagner, the pull-up J. That one is strong, and then Deja Williams there to gather the rebound. Leo will feed it off to Isabel Gradwell, the forward and senior out of Iowa. Gradwell, who's played in every game during her Cleveland State career. Leo drives, penetrates, step through, can't get it to fall. And the rebound grab by Lily Ritz. That's now her 7th rebound.
And Cleveland State did a really nice job on a high screen with Alba.
Wagner, who had the hot hand in the first half, skips that one across the rim, a contested 3.
Penguins got to do a better job communicating on the defense.
Gradwell, catch and shoot 3, left it long, And then another easy rebound for Youngstown State. Not too many bodies underneath by the Vikings on the offensive side. Magestro tries to step through and a block will be called. That will go against Nadia Dumas, and that's her third personal.
Yeah, that's a good call by the officials. Dumas came a little bit late coming into the lane, and she leaned a little bit. That's the reason why they got her for the foul.
So Magestro will head back to the line. This is going to be her 8th charity toss. 3 of 7 from the free throw line, who had a lot of success in Horizon League play at the line, but is just 3 of 7 today. But she will knock in the first and will capitalize.
Look, Malia Magestro is way too good of a basketball player to struggle for very long at the free throw line.
Knocks in both, shakes it off after a tough first start from the line, and she's 2 for 2 to start our second half.
Yeah, and she's hit 4 of her last 5 free throws, so whatever bugaboo she had early on, it looks to be gone.
Elbow extended, the pass down low, off the hands of Cleveland State and out of bounds. They were looking for Dumas down low, but Lily Ritz with the denial makes a tough pass for Gradwell.
Yeah, and anytime Lily Ritz can get her free arm in the air, that's a tough pass. As we made mention, Lily Ritz, 6'1", very long arms.
Lindsey Mack, check back in. 2 points in that first half. Megan Callahan on the runner from the baseline. Hits the back rim and falls it through.
Yeah, Megan Callahan showing that shooter's touch.
Williams turns the corner, gets by her defender, threw it up, no foul called, and the ball will go Youngstown State's way.
Boy, CSU head coach Chris Kielsmeyer is really, really demonstrative toward the official.
Kielsmeyer in his 4th season with Cleveland State. Nadia Dumas, who has 3 personal fouls, will head to the bench. Amel Guafeng will check in for the Vikings. Lindsey Mack looking to get it to Ritz, but she's heavily guarded by Smith. Paige Shy, back to Mack. Only 5 to shoot. Pass deflected, stolen. Here come the Vikings on the other end. It's Deja Williams going to the can, and she got fouled from behind by Chelsea Olsen, and that's going to be her 3rd. So Williams with the take goes right after Chelsea Olsen, who has 2 personal fouls, and that will take us to a timeout. Williams, before the timeout, got fouled by Chelsea Olsen. Olsen picked up her 3rd personal. That will send her to the bench. And the transfer from Cal State Northridge will head to the line to shoot 2 shots. Just the 2nd start of the year for Deja Williams, but she has scored in all 10 games that she has played in this season. Today against Youngstown State, she has 3 points, has knocked in a 3-pointer. Williams, her first toss, and she left it short.
Yeah, it looked like Chelsea Olsen got her with the body.
Williams splits the pair. Cleveland State from the free throw line here today, now 9 of 12. Under 5 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. In the corner for Shy. That 3-pointer missed off back iron. Rebound goes to Gabriella Smith. Gradwell feeds it into Destiny Leo on the pick and roll. They lost Gradwell wide open for 3, and it rattles around and won't fall. Cleveland State has struggled from distance here today. They are now 3 of 13 under 25%, and there's the separation on the scoreboard. Youngstown State has 12 more points from distance so far today.
And one of the reasons,
Callahan knocks in the 3.
I was going to say, one of the reasons why the Penguins have been able to extend their lead, the inability of Cleveland State, and we made mention, everyone outside of Destiny Leo, just 21% from three-point range.
Foul on the floor will go against Callahan now. That will send Destiny Leo back to the line, and for Megan Callahan, that is her 3rd personal. Take a look at the replay here. Leo on a nice little cross cut, and then drew the contact from Callahan, who was trailing from behind.
And Callahan had her hands and arms straight in the air, so I didn't see the contact, but certainly Destiny Leo going to go to the free throw line.
Leo's first is money. Destiny Leo now has 7 of her 14 points from the free throw line here today. She set a career high on Thursday against Robert Morris with 12 free throws.
And we made mention she is not afraid to take the ball to the basket. That's where she gets a lot of her points.
Callahan inside, over the top. Zeniewska with the denial, pokes it out of bounds. And Cleveland State's going to put a big emphasis on guarding the paint and Lily Ritz down low. And they've done a good job. Ritz, who does have 11 points here today, but so far in the second half, the majority of the points come from long range. Here's another one from Magestro. That one skips across, and the rebound is controlled into the hands of Isabel Gradwell.
And the Penguins are so dangerous, a basketball team, when they have the inside-outside game working simultaneously.
Outside to Williams. She left the 3 short. Wagner with the rebound, and Williams with a hustle play. Ball loose in the air, and then it's picked up by Alba, and now a held ball will be called. Both teams very aggressive here today, and both coaches are screaming at the officials. A little scrum there, ball was loose, and they let it play on.
Yeah, you had all kinds of chaos on the floor. The ball on the floor, we got bodies everywhere, and we're trying to figure this whole thing out. And in a game in which the officials have called a ton of calls, we don't get a call here. This is interesting.
Well, you got to credit Deja Williams, who did not give up on the play. Missed the 3, ball was loose. She gathered that steal, and then from behind, Alba came in. She got shoved over, and then we had a jump ball called. So the officials are going to head to the replay monitor to see what's going on. We'll head to break. We'll be back after this replay review.
Huh, so if Geico's 85, that makes you...
Are you asking if I'm 85 years old?
Sea turtles live to be 150, so... No, I was not.
Geico, saving people money for 85 years.
During the holidays at Fred Martin Superstore, treat yourself to a new SUV. Shop online and get your trade value instantly. Get paid the same day. Drive the all-new 7-passenger Jeep Grand Cherokee L with 110 safety features and third-row seating.
Hard work? Sure. Guesswork? No thank you. Because when you're on a mission, you want to get it right the first time. That's where the Home Depot comes in, with an app to rent and reserve the right tools with just a tap. With convenient image search options, and with the ability to see how something looks in your space before you even buy it. It's how the Home Depot takes the guesswork out of the hard work. The Home Depot app, how doers get more done.
Welcome back. Back to new friends and learning new things. Back to wearing shoes, real shoes. Back to too much caffeine, too late at night, but feeling like it was a night well spent. Come back to go forward. Try C, where futures begin.
This is your living room / yoga shanty / regional office / and this is the basement / panic room. Maybe what your family needs is a vacation home / vacation home. Find yours on the Vrbo app.
I would want this Fritos Chili Cheese Junior Wrap to wrap myself up in and keep me warm.
I'll do the same thing. I'm gonna warm up my little tortilla blanket.
Tortilla blanket, I like that. Sonic, Fritos Chili Cheese Junior Wrap.
I'm already gonna have the spots on it. You already know what I mean.
On January
14.
You're all in danger.
There's certain rules to surviving. The killer's motive is always connected in the past.
Scream.
I'll be right back.
He's dead.
Only in theaters.
Staring at fate. I'm in the lead and I'm breaking away. She want me now, but I'm making her wait.
Two very well-known coaches in the Horizon League who are very familiar with one another, John Barnes and Chris Kilsmeyer, who have been very verbal with the officials during this timeout. We have a held ball, but the officials went to the replay monitor looking for an intentional foul against one of the players during that scrum of the jump ball. And like you mentioned during the break, Ron, if there is an intentional foul called after all this replay review, one of these coaches might get tossed.
Look, at this point, you can't make it. You cannot make a foul call here. At this point, you just can't do it. They made the call. You got to let the call stick. I'm a little surprised that they made the jump ball call because there were so many bodies that were on the ground. I mean, obviously you don't know who you would give the foul on, but it's going to be interesting to see who they call this on. You get the official word.
We got the call, and it's going to stand. Just a regular jump ball, no foul against anybody, no intentional foul. So it will be Cleveland State basketball out of the timeout.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't go off of the original call. Even though there were bodies all over the place, it would have been a really, really bad look for this officiating crew if they'd have changed the call. And like I said, if they change the call, depending on who you're favoring, that coach probably gets thrown out of the game.
Yeah.
Because, and rightfully so, they would be hot because they switched the call. So under the circumstances, a good job by the officiating crew here.
And this is a heated rivalry. These are two teams that will face off at least once every single season. As we mentioned in the open, this is now the 47th consecutive season where Youngstown State will play Cleveland State. The Penguins have played Cleveland State more than any other team in all of college basketball. And you got to remember where we're located. Youngstown State and Cleveland State share Northeast Ohio. This is huge for the recruiting process. The Penguins overall lead the series 44-34.
Look at the roster from both of these teams. Obviously, Cleveland State, they've got a lot of kids from the Cleveland area, North Ridgeville, Destiny Leo from Willowick. But they stole Faith Birch from the Mahoning Valley, Warren, Ohio. But on the flip side, Lindsay Leonard, she's a Cleveland girl. She's here at Youngstown State University. Haley Theory, she's a Willoughby Hills girl. Willoughby Hills is a suburb of Cleveland. She comes to Youngstown State. So, there is an awful lot of what you said that is 100% correct. Kids notice who's winning games. Kids notice which team is going to the NCAA tournament or going to the NITs and the other non-NCAA tournaments. And I mean, they're going to decide their fate on which team is playing really good ball.
And during this timeout, we'd like to remind you that the Horizon League is one of the most storied basketball conferences in the country, with NCAA and WNIT tournament victories last season and 4 teams reaching postseason play in 2019. To learn more, visit horizonleague.com or by searching hashtag HL Women's Basketball on social media. And we expect more WNIT and NCAA tournament victories this season with a stacked Horizon League women's basketball.
You're talking about recruiting. Let's throw the third team into this recruiting trail. Robert Morris, who just joined the Horizon League, they have their footprint in northeastern Ohio and western PA.
Out of the timeout, Williams wide open for 3, can't connect. Kilsmeyer drew up a great play with a back screen for Williams, but once again, the three-point struggles are continuing for Cleveland State.
And that's one of the reasons why I thought Youngstown State had a shot to win this game, if they can have Cleveland State shoot threes other than Destiny Leo.
Inside for Ritz. She spins strong side, goes back into the double team, has to kick it out. Callahan, one more pass to Wagner, who couldn't decide whether to shoot it or to pass it, and she throws it right into the hands of Dumas.
Well, that's just some good defense by Cleveland State. And speaking of defense, here comes YSU playing the D.
Gradwell off the screen. We'll give it up to Zeniewska. Zeniewska, and then she almost threw it away. Ball loose on the floor, and Megan Callahan able to shove it away, avoids the jump ball to Magestro.
Yeah, Maddie Albaugh set that whole thing up, fighting through screens and knocking the ball away.
Pass inside to Ritz. Now she's one-on-one down low, and she'll take advantage over top of Nadia Dumas. Lily Ritz now has scored in double digits in every game but one this season, and has scored 20 or more in 3 out of the 4 Horizon League contests she's played in. She's got 13 points, the leading scorer. Destiny Leo looking to get involved here in the third quarter. Back over to Williams, left alone for 3 again. Missed it long. Gradwell with the offensive board. Going to work against Callahan. A nice spin move, but left the jump hook short. 11-point double-digit lead for Youngstown State as we enter the final 1:30 of this third quarter. Callahan in the corner. Nothing but nylon. Megan Callahan, her 4th three-pointer of the afternoon.
And when you have a team as hot as Youngstown State from the perimeter, you've got to extend your defense to have any hope of beating this team.
Inside for Leo, and a charge is drawn underneath by Lily Ritz. That's Leo's second. And Ritz there on the help side defense. Youngstown State knows the scouting report. Destiny Leo has such a great separation move off the dribble, is able to get by defenders, but the Penguins there on that possession doing a great job of help side defense.
And Maddie Albaugh did a really nice job of making sure Destiny Leo stayed to her left. She was unable to go to the right, so she stayed to the left, and there was Lily Ritz right there to draw the charge.
Into the corner, Callahan again for 3. This one sticked on the front iron, and the rebound comes down to Amel Guafang. Williams pushing the floor. Cleveland State needs a basket here. Some contact, no foul. Leo had her shot blocked by Ritz, and then a foul against Cleveland State and Gabriella Smith. So that's Smith's 3rd, and the team's 4th here in the third period.
Well, we have said this all year long. If there's an MVP on the defensive side of the ball, league-wide, it's number 0 for the Penguins. Maddie Albaugh has done everything possible to try to get Destiny Leo below her average. She's fighting through screens, picks, and all kinds of different stuff. She's just having herself a whale of a game defensively.
Nice block from behind by Amel Guafang. And then it was deflected off of Youngstown State. And as we mentioned in the open, Ron, Maddie Albaugh in her last 4 games has held each leading scorer on the team to their season low so far. She held Riley Ott on Thursday, who was the 2nd leading scorer for Purdue Fort Wayne, to just 2 points, tied her season low, and then held Dream Cherry and Michelle Burns to 2. On the baseline, Guafang working inside against a double team, and a blocking foul will be called on the help side D by Youngstown State. That will send Guafang to the line to shoot 2.
They'll give it to Paige Shy, who was a little bit late on the help side defense.
Both Shy and Olsen getting knocked around by Guafang, as her first is off the back iron. Amel Guafang, who finished the 2019 season ranked nationally in rebounds. She averaged 8.5 rebounds per game and has been a menace on the boards for Cleveland State this season.
It is a very unorthodox foul shot by Guafang.
But it works as she split the pair. Final 10 seconds left to play in the third, and that long pass is out of bounds. They wanted to get Magestro on the baseline screen. Instead, Cleveland State will have 4.2 seconds to go the length of the court.
And John Barnes immediately taking out his redshirt senior, Chelsea Olsen.
Gradwell will inbound. They're going to throw it into Williams. Williams trying to go coast to coast, stops at the three-point line and knocks it in at the buzzer. A big-time three by Deja Williams to put the Vikings within 10 as we enter the final 10 minutes of play. She goes coast to coast, stops, pops, and hits at the buzzer. Can that give Cleveland State some momentum going into the fourth quarter? We will find out after this. We'll be back for the final 10 here in Youngstown.
Indianapolis.
still up by 10, just over 2 minutes into our fourth quarter.
It's amazing. He's talking about motorcycle insurance, and people love it.
You deserve to save.
I deserve to save.
I mean, he has a way of making you feel seen.
Bundle car and motorcycle insurance at geico.com.
During this holiday sale, come to Fred Martin Superstore and treat yourself to 0% used car financing. Ohio's largest used car dealer. Over 1,500 vehicles available, 500 cars under $189, 1,000 under $299. Plus, get a no-charge lifetime warranty.
Hard work? Sure. Guesswork? No thank you. Because when you're on a mission, you want to get it right the first time. That's where the Home Depot comes in. With an app to rent and reserve the right tools with just a tap. With convenient image search options, and with the ability to see how something looks in your space before you even buy it. It's how the Home Depot takes the guesswork out of the hard work. The Home Depot app, how doers get more done.
Ohio is full of all kinds of people. Some are early birds and some are night owls. Some work on a job site while others go to class. And some spend their evenings working out while others are burning the midnight oil. Though no matter who you are or what you do, we can all be at risk of developing an addiction to drugs or alcohol. If you know someone struggling with addiction, there is hope. Visit takechargeohio.org/gethelp or call our helpline. Together, we can take charge of our future.
Welcome back. Back to new friends, new classroom, and learning new things. Back to wearing shoes, man, like real shoes. Back to rushing to class. Back to having questions. Lots of questions. Back to vending machine dinners. Back to too much caffeine, too late at night, but feeling like it was a night well spent. Back to pursuing your dreams and taking control of your future. Come back to go forward. Try C.
Wins away from reaching 300 in his career. He just recently coached his 250th game a couple weeks ago against Point Park University, and right now his team has built up a double-digit 10-point lead as we approach 7 minutes left to play in the fourth. Alba, who got the timeout before the break, now turns it over, picked up by Dumas. Crucial possession here for Cleveland State. They were able to drop a play during the media break. They go to their leading scorer, Destiny Leo, who hands it off to Guafeng. Inside, knocks over Callahan, now faced by Ritz. Tough shot over top, won't fall. Long rebound, poked over top by Olsen into the hands of Matty Alba. Alba now finds Callahan. Guafeng closes in. And then a stoppage in play. As the officials blew it dead, it looks like there was a wet spot on the floor, so it's official timeout, no foul. Possession stays with YSU, and no, it's not. Lily Ritz is having some problems right now as she's going to be looked at by the training staff.
I think Lily Ritz may have gotten popped in the nose. She's got a bloody nose right now.
So Ritz will head behind the black screen into the training desk. And the officials are going to have to head back over to the monitor to check the time. So a stoppage in play. I think it was a combination of, there was both a wet spot on the floor because Paige Shy looked down there and kind of pointed like, this isn't safe. But then Lily Ritz was walking off the court with, seemed like a bloody nose. So 2 stoppages in play. And with that, Youngstown State's going to have to bring Lindsay Leonard off the bench.
Be really curious to see where exactly this happened. Don't know if the folks have anything in the last time down the floor. If we can get a replay on that, I'd love to see where exactly Lily Ritz got hit. I know the officials are looking at the monitor to see if there was anything intentional going on. I don't think there would be, but I'll be curious to see what happened there.
Well, this has been a wild game so far. So many looks at the replay monitor here today. An aggressive game between 2 schools battling for the top spot in the Horizon League. Youngstown State 5-0, 11-1 on the season. And here's your replay, Ron. And
there's
took a
the
big elbow there from Amel Guafeng.
Yeah, that was an inadvertent elbow. Lily Ritz got it right in the nose area.
Yep, not intentional. So we're going to resume play after they look at the monitor to now check the time. So they blew it dead at 6:32 with 21 seconds on the shot clock for YSU. And the officials have made their decision.
They're looking for droplets of what I would only assume to be droplets of blood over near the half-court stripe.
Our officiating crew today: Chris Oakes, Kyle Potcotter, and Dara Lofchin. And the training staff will come out and wipe off the floor. And we're about to receive an explanation of what's going on here from Dara Lofchin. All right, so no foul against Amel Guafeng like we saw in the replay. Not intentional, and it will be Youngstown State basketball with the stoppage of play, and they're going to keep everything the same.
Yeah, I mean, she went up for a shot and inadvertently got Lily Ritz with the elbow.
So during this timeout, the Penguins are going to lose a crucial member of their squad in Lily Ritz, who has put up a fantastic performance again of 15 points. She's shooting over 50% from the field and is 1 rebound away from another double-double. She's got 9 boards, also has poked away 2 steals, where she's coming off of a career high in steals against Purdue Fort Wayne. She had 4 in 15 minutes against the Mastodons.
Well, and again, one of the keys to the YSU success in the last few years has been a really good inside-outside game. And with Lily Ritz, it's real simple. You're going to have to physically move her away from the low post area. If a team is not able to do that, forget about it. Once the ball goes into the low post, Lily Ritz is going to take the game over.
So Lindsay Leonard, the 6'4" forward, transfer from Duquesne, will replace Ritz as she is checked out in the medical tent. Youngstown State basketball as they will inbound on the near sideline with 21 seconds on the shot clock. And they're going to heave it all the way into the backcourt for Maddie Albaugh to set up this play. Cleveland State has not gone away from that 2-3 zone this entire game. Here's Olsen driving inside. Floater off the window. No. Destiny Leo there with 2 hands to grab it. Leo skip pass to Smith. Left all alone for 3 in transition. That one can't get the friendly roll. And a foul will be called against Cleveland State. Deja Williams and Chelsea Olsen, 2 veteran players who are tangled up.
Hit her harder next time, Chelsea.
Guafeng with the foul.
Yeah, they're going to call the foul on Amel Guafeng. So that's her 3rd now, and the team's 2nd. And it looked like Deja Williams and Olsen were the 2 that were tangled up, but there must have been a foul beforehand. Callahan peels it out, Good ball movement inside. Paige Shy driving against Guafeng, and she got knocked down hard, and that's going to be the 4th against Amel Guafeng.
Well, the Bingley Center crowd, they're going to give a little bit of attitude toward Guafeng, but look, Guafeng's just doing her job. Nobody's going to get an easy bucket on their watch.
Paige Shy will head to the line for the 2nd time today. She's 3 for 3 from the stripe to start. Shy, who came into the ball game 11th in the Horizon League with 1.8 threes per game. She has yet to connect on a three-pointer.
And Paige Shy saying, look, you don't want to give me the easy 2. I'll just take it from the free throw line and get my 2 points there.
Here's Guafeng. Has some space to work from the free throw line, and a foul will be called against Paige Shy on the floor.
And Paige Shy wondering what the heck she has to do to not get called for a foul.
And that's going to be Paige Shy's 4th, team 3rd. And they're going to have to get her out of the ball game. And Lexi Wagner, who scrambles to and here comes Lily Ritz back in. They got her new uniform as well. She's wearing number 1 now.
Well, arguably she is number 1 for Youngstown State in a lot of categories, so this kind of makes sense.
She wore number 35 coming into the ball game, and now she's number 1. Inside of Guafeng, over top of Olsen, and now Olsen will be called with her 4th foul. A lot of fouls here today in this heated Horizon League matchup, and Amel Guafeng using the strength inside and fights it up inside Chelsea Olsen.
That's a tough call because Chelsea Olsen's arms were straight up. I don't know where you can get that foul, but Chelsea's going to go to the bench as Malia Magestro comes into the game.
Guafeng, her first, missed it left. Guafeng's got 4 rebounds in the ball game. She's got 4 more rebounds in every single game this season. 2nd in the Horizon League with 24 offensive rebounds, as she connects on the 2nd. Still an 11-point lead for YSU, just under 6 minutes left to play in our 4th quarter. Outside to Magestro, gets the handle back, drives by Smith, hooks it up, missed it, rebounded by Ritz. Here's Callahan, now feeds it down low. Lily Ritz has some space to work. No, 2nd try, yes. Lily Ritz tied for the team lead with 17 points. And the 2nd chance points here in the 2nd half for YSU have been stellar.
Penguins have done a really nice job on the offensive glass. And now we're going to get a foul on Megan Callahan, and that's going to be Megan's 4th.
Now the 3rd Penguin with 4 fouls in the ball game, and they're all 3 crucial players as well. 2 of them starters, 1 the main contributor off the bench, and that will send Amel Guafeng back to the free throw line, this time in the bonus. 5 team fouls for YSU, 3 for Youngstown State. Guafeng, 2 for 4 at the line, now 3 of 5.
And if you're Cleveland State, you're taking a look at the 3 kids that have the 4 fouls, Callahan, Olsen, and Shy. If they're on the floor, you're going right at them.
Callahan throws it over to Wagner. Wagner trying to spin away from Williams, back outside. Now Magestro hooks it back in. Here is Lily Ritz going to work, and a traveling violation called before the drop step against Dumas.
Yeah, she drug her foot with the traveling violation, unfortunately.
59-47. Youngstown State on top, under 5 left to play. Both teams went to the bench. I'm not sure why. I think they thought there was a media timeout, but now the officials are going to wave them back on. So a traveling violation. Now the 15th turnover by YSU. They average 15 a game. Destiny Leo, who has been held quiet here in the second half. She's got just 4 points inside. Guafeng going to work. No. And then Lily Ritz right there to box out Dumas for a defensive rebound. And Lily Ritz has a double-double here, 17 points and 12 boards.
And Deja Williams came up very limping on her left hip area as she was knocked to the ground.
10 to shoot for YSU. Wagner, who had 5 threes in that first half, has a career-high 17 points today. Gets the penetration, dishes it underneath. Ritz over top of 2 defenders and banks it home. High off the glass. Lily Ritz, the leading scorer on the floor with 19. Guafeng was looking for that skip pass over to Leo. They play the cross cut well. Turnaround jumper from the free throw line, missed right by Dumas, and the rebound to Youngstown State, who is now in control of this ball game with 3.5 left to play. Paige Shy drives to the bucket, no foul call. Ball thrown out of bounds, and it will be Youngstown State basketball. Isabel Gradwell will check back in. Amel Guafeng back out, and Olsen back in for Paige Shy. 18 to shoot for YSU. Olsen will inbound it.
Huge possession for the Penguins. They get a hoop here, and you can pretty much salt this game away.
Wagner's pass. Great read by Destiny Leo with the interception. Leo, the hesitation move, driving against Albaugh, throws it up, and a foul late called against Maddie Albaugh. That is going to be Albaugh's 3rd foul. Looked like a clean strip there. Both teams just tangled up.
And Maddie Albaugh asking the official, what exactly did I do?
So Destiny Leo back to the line again. She is 8 of 10 from the free throw line here today. 8 of her 15 points come from the stripe.
Destiny Leo, first of all, she's very quick off the ball, off the dribble. And you're just going to have to play unbelievably tough defense for 40 minutes on this girl, because she is just so talented.
She could wear you out very fast. Pass deflected, stolen. Here comes Gabriella Smith pushing the floor, finds Leo in transition, but a foul will be called against Cleveland State. That foul goes against Nadia Dumas. That's her 4th, and a charge drawn in transition by Albaugh.
That's a solid job by Maddie Albaugh. And again, if there's a player of the game, even though she doesn't have any points, Maddie Albaugh has meant so much to this team defensively today.
Skip pass over to Albaugh. Fakes the pass, drives inside, stripped from behind by Smith, and then she is held up with Paige Shy. And Smith is trying to say that I did not touch Paige Shy after that. Now let's take another look at this one, Ron. Some contact all day long. Paige Shy and Smith tangled up, and
they were tangled up.
They were tangled up. But there's nothing really else much to say. That should be a clean jump ball there.
Maybe it's afterwards. I don't know where the foul is here.
So right now we have a jump ball. It will go Cleveland State's way unless there's a technical foul called. It looked like Gabriella Smith, after the steal, let go once the whistle was blown.
Yeah, and that's wondering, and I'm wondering if that's the reason why they've given Gabriella Smith the technical foul. But I'll tell you right now, the CSU coach is a little disappointed with this call, and I got to be honest, Richie, rightfully so. I don't know where you're getting a technical foul here. I mean, It was a jump ball. And Gabriella Smith let go of the ball once the officials blew the whistle.
Yeah, and he's giving it to that far side official. And it could be talking afterwards as well.
I think if there is a technical foul, that's probably where we're getting the technical foul.
And now Kilsmeyer wants to take a timeout.
Look, he's going to take a timeout for one reason and one reason only, and that's to get his money's worth here.
So a timeout called by head coach and Chris Kilsmeyer, and he wants every member of this officiating crew to hear his opinion.
Yeah, this timeout is going to have nothing to do with strategy. This is going to be a timeout where Coach Kilsmeyer is saying, look, I'm going to get my 2 cents worth here because this is a bad call. In his eyes, it's a very bad call.
Well, he's letting it loose, no doubt. We already have a technical foul. You don't want another because this ball game would be wraps.
Oh, well, look, I mean, it's already getting out of hand for Cleveland State, but Coach Kilsmeyer, he got his money's worth. Now we're going to go into the strategy part of the timeout.
So a timeout by Cleveland State, a full timeout. 2:37 left to play here in the fourth. Youngstown State up on Cleveland State 61-49. These two teams split the series here in the Beagley Center last year, where Cleveland State had a tremendous comeback victory, knocking off the Youngstown State Penguins by 3 here on their home floor last season, where they were able to drill 5 threes in that fourth quarter to complete the comeback and stun the Penguins, who had a double-digit lead in the second half, although they're down big here with 2:37 left to play. And now the Penguins get 2 free ones as well. And Chelsea Olsen, who has been held scoreless for the first time this season, will have a chance to pick up her first points of the afternoon.
Yeah, these two teams will play each other at the Wolstein Center, something that we didn't see last year due to COVID.
And they're going to have to wait a long time until these two teams will face off again. Friday, February 11th at Cleveland State will be the next meeting between these two teams, as Chelsea Olsen knocks in the first.
And I'll guarantee you these two teams will remember what's going on this floor.
No doubt about it, as Olsen knocks in both free throws. She has now scored in every single game this season. Olsen entered the game top 10 in the Horizon League in blocks, steals, and assists. And she's done it well on the defensive side. She's got 5 rebounds. She has 2 blocks and 3 assists.
All right, so the Penguins up 14. As long as they don't do anything crazy, we should be okay here.
Some more contact on the far side. And these officials don't want this game to get out of hand. So it was a timeout by YSU as Albaugh was trapped. And now the officials go back to the monitor. Tell you what, that monitor is getting a lot of action today.
They better have a warranty on that monitor. That monitor is getting used.
What are you laughing at? We're laughing at you.
Yeah, this is all kinds of fun for you guys today.
Well, we'll take another look, see if anything was intentional. This time it was Deja Williams tangled up with a couple Youngstown State players. The timeout was taken by YSU, so they do get their 30-second timeout.
Yeah, and again, before the timeout, there was a jump ball situation where they could have easily given the ball to Cleveland State. I think the fans here are a little taken aback by the fact there's a little too much physicality with the jump ball. And look, Cleveland State, we know this about Cleveland State. They're a very physical team. They're a very defensive dominant team like Youngstown State. These two teams get after each other defensively. Kind of expected fireworks like this during the course of the game because both teams play so well defensively.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we knew this was going to be a physical game coming in. Both teams very physical defensively. Two teams who have a lot of pride. Cleveland State was 9-0 to start their season. This was their best start in program history. A little bit frustrated in the last 2 weeks after losing to Loyola Chicago and then dropping a very tough one to Robert Morris. And they had a lot to prove here today, although unfortunately they're on the short end of the stick right now on the scoreboard.
And I think they're getting an extra chip on their shoulder because they only have 8 kids dressing today.
Olsen for 3. That one missed left, and then the board will come down to Smith as well as Paige Shy, a tie-up that will go Cleveland State's way.
And you'll notice that Smith and Shy, once the whistle blew, they said, okay, we're done.
We approach 2 minutes left to play in the fourth. Destiny Leo will get it to Smith. Now over to Deja Williams. Back outside to Leo as we approach 10 seconds left to shoot. Pick and roll, and a bumping foul against Paige Shy, and Shy will foul out of the basketball game with 1:55 left to play. So Shy will finish her day with 4 points, all 4 of them from the free throw line, had 3 assists, and they will have to bring in Malia Magestro to check in as Isabel Gradwell will head to the line to shoot 2.
I was going to say that the Penguins were doing a really nice job of switching. They were doing an awful lot of picks, and Maddie Albaugh had to go through a couple of picks as they were trying to get Destiny Leo open for a 3.
Isabel Gradwell, very good free throw shooter on the year, almost 80% from the line. First time coming off the bench on Thursday against Robert Morris as she had 7 points, but she returns back to the starting 5 here today for Chris Kilsmeyer's staff. And then a foul on the floor as that will go against number 24, Deja Williams. That's her 3rd personal, and both teams are going to be in the bonus in our final 2 minutes to play.
Deja Williams putting a really big smile on her face, and she's like, all I'm doing is just standing here, and you're going to give me the foul?
Magestro back to the line, as this is going to be her 10th toss of the afternoon, and she knocks in the first.
And this is where the Penguins are going to have to salt this game away, and they're a very good free throw shooting team.
Yes, they are. They entered today with a free throw percentage of 72%, top 5 in the league. And Youngstown State, who has shot 70% or more in the past 9 seasons from the free throw line, continue their success at the stripe this year. Gradwell swings it over. Gabriella Smith with the basketball. Back up top to Destiny Leo, looking to penetrate, had it stripped from behind by Albaugh, but then she travels, falling to her backside. Still a good play by Albaugh with a scrappy hands to poke it away from Leo on the penetration.
Yeah, Maddie Albaugh proving once again she is one of the top defenders in the Horizon League. Well, Cleveland State is wasting an awful lot of time here. They got to get something going. They're down by 14.
Williams dumps it off. Guafeng at the free throw line. Goes up and under. Spins away from Rich. She got fouled and banks it home. They're going to call that on Lily Ritz as Guafeng goes over top and drew the foul.
It's a nice job by Guafeng. She was able to move her body away from Ritz, but still draw some contact by Lily Ritz.
Guafeng's got 7 points here today, and you can make it 8. She connects on the three-point play. Lily Ritz with the handles as the forward. Flips it away to a guard, and Albaugh in the corner, trapped, is going to get fouled, and she will head to the line. That foul goes against Gabriella Smith. That's her 4th. And once again, both teams are over the limit. And this final 2 minutes left to play is Maddie Albaugh, who has not scored today, will knock in her first. Albaugh 4 assists, 2 rebounds, and has played some great defense against Destiny Leo, as the second one will rim out. Offensive board by Ritz will dish it back out to Albaugh, who shovels it up to Olsen, a fresh 20 for Youngstown State. Callahan thought about driving, instead peels it out. She's running in circles, and the ball is tipped out of bounds by Amel Guafeng. Isabel Gradwell will check back in. Guafeng checks out, and a 30-second timeout called by Chris Kilsmeyer. So a 12-point lead for Youngstown State, 56.4 seconds left to play in the ball game, as the Penguins look to go 12-1 for the first time since the 1997-1998 season. This is a historic year for YSU, especially after losing so many key players from a year ago, but they have used the transfer portal to their advantage, and they have taken advantage with a great 12-1, or soon to be 12-1 start. As we look at the upcoming games for Cleveland State, they will take on Detroit Mercy on January 6th, and then that's their Michigan trip against Oakland, and then they return to take on Green Bay on January 14th, as the Vikings, who could be 2 games behind Youngstown State, will need to make up some ground before these two teams face off in February. And now for Youngstown State, they will take on the Wright State Raiders on the road on January 7th, as well as Northern Kentucky January 9th, and then they come back and take on UIC January 14th.
Well, you made mention of the 97-98 team, Richie. I was around to watch that team play. Arguably the best YSU team ever assembled.
Destiny Leo on the steal. Once again, Albaugh racing from behind. Stuck like glue to Destiny Leo this afternoon.
And I'll say it again, if there is a Defensive Player of the Year in the Horizon League in women's basketball, there's got to be an argument for one Maddie Albaugh. She is an amazing, amazing defender.
Olsen had to go off her fingertips, couldn't corral the rebound. Goes out of bounds.
You do that 97-98 team. Anne-Marie Martin, Shannon Beach. Boy, some really good talent on that team.
Yeah, that's all you there. I'm a little unfamiliar with that territory.
Well, I don't know if you were even born back then.
I was not.
I didn't think so. That was basketball royalty. The recently deceased Eddie DeGregorio was the head coach of that team.
All-time winningest coach in Youngstown State history. Olsen back to the line to shoot 2. Chelsea Olsen, Female Athlete of the Year in 2020, knocks in the first. As we mentioned earlier, Olsen picked up her 14th career double-double against Purdue Fort Wayne with 10 rebounds and 10 assists. Only one of 3 players to have a double-double, not scoring and rebounding. So she's only the 3rd Youngstown State player to have a double-double in the rebounds and assist column. Very rare that you see that happen. And at halftime, she had 5 rebounds, she had 5 assists and 5 points. Although she came up short on the point total, she had 7. And when we talked to Coach Barnes on Thursday after the ball game in the press conference, he said that he had no idea that she was that close to a triple-double. But even if he did, he still wouldn't have kept her into the ball game.
Yeah, you can't just keep her into the game just so she can get a triple-double.
Well, Lexi Wagner was a key part of the Penguins' success in that first half. She had all 17 of her points, was 5 of 6 from the three-point arc. She let it fly, and she was raining threes. That's a career-high day for Lexi Wagner, the redshirt sophomore out of Wisconsin, who has a career-high 5 threes in a single game and a career-high 17 points. She missed the 2019-2020 season due to an injury, and she's got to feel great after this performance today.
Yeah, she had 14 points in the second quarter alone.
Outside, Isabella Geraci knocks it in. Geraci with the 3. Cleveland State still down by double digits at 10, 67-57. Geraci, who last year played in 22 games, had a career-high 12 points, and this year has scored in 6 of the 11 games for the Vikings off the bench and has scored in her 4th straight games. Although Geraci was starting to heat up coming into Youngstown State, her last 3 contests, she scored 17.3 points per game.
Now John Barnes quickly calling the timeout. You got to make sure that you get the ball inbounds. The last thing that you need is a turnover throwing the ball inbounds. Because if you get the ball inbounds, now you got to force Cleveland State to foul. And again, if Youngstown State hits their free throws, then this game will get salted away.
Well, you just saw a package of Gabriella Smith and her defensive display here today. Although she got that very tough and questionable technical foul, she has been a scrappy defender for Cleveland State.
Well, no question. I mean, Gabriella Smith and Maddie Albaugh, not necessarily in that order, the two best defenders on this floor today. There's no question about that. Gabriella Smith has played some solid defense, as has Maddie Albaugh.
Penguins still with a comfortable cushion. They lead by 10 with 27.8 left on the clock. And with the timeout, YSU will inbound the basketball in front of their bench. Olsen will lob it inside. Lily Ritz underneath, being doubled and now fouled by Gabriella Smith. And she has fouled out of the basketball game. So the second Viking to foul out of the game. And they only have 3 eligible players on the bench, and 2 of them have fouled out.
Indeed.
So we might see a 4v5 here on the floor at some point.
Well, I mean, Deja Williams has 3. Gradwell has 3.
Gradwell's got 4.
Oh, Gradwell has 4. Okay.
First toss from Ritz. Gets the friendly roll, and now for the 4th consecutive Horizon League contest, Lily Ritz has at least 20 points in the ball game. She'll line up the second. Can't get the friendly roll on this toss, and now a timeout by Cleveland State. So both teams are going to take every possible timeout that they have. That's the final one for the Vikings.
Now the Vikings down by 11. What they're going to need to do is get down the floor as quickly as possible and try to hit a 3.
Oh, we mentioned Nadia Dumas, who is now fouled out of the ball game, but was a presence for Cleveland State when she was in fact in the ball game. She had a double-digit performance of 10 points and 5 rebounds, was electric inside, 5 of 8 from the field, and Dumas coming into the ball game was averaging 16 points per game in her last 3, shooting 65% from the field and gathering 6.6 rebounds a game. Although she fouls out, she still had a great performance of 10 and 5.
Yeah, Nadia Dumas, 6-foot redshirt senior from Toledo, Ohio. Solid performer.
23.8 left to play. Penguins have 1 timeout. Cleveland State is out. Zeniewska to throw it in. Throws it to Isabella Geraci. Now back over to Williams. Long distance 3 won't fall, and it's picked up by Lily Ritz. And a timeout now called by Youngstown State. So another timeout. Both teams have used all of them. And we showed you Maddie Albaugh, and we've preached about her defensive performance today, and my goodness, has she done a great job controlling the offense, being scrappy defensively, coming up with steals, getting on the floor, gathering loose balls. You can't ask much more from a defender here today.
Well, and she's had the tough task of trying to slow down Destiny Leo. And, you know, here's the thing that I love about Maddie Albaugh's game today. They being Cleveland State, have been doing screens and picks and screens. And Maddie Albaugh has been running around the screens and picks, and she's still able to get a body on Destiny Leo. Destiny Leo has had maybe 2 or 3 open looks all game long, and that's because Albaugh is so good defensively.
Lexi Wagner running away from trouble, fouled from behind by Barbara Zeniewska. That's the perfect person to foul. That's only her 3rd personal. So Zeniewska picks up her 3rd, and Lexi Wagner will have a chance to improve her career day of 17 points as she knocks in her 18th.
Well, without Lexi Wagner's big outburst in the second quarter of 14 points, I'm not so sure Youngstown State's winning this game.
No, I agree with you. When Chelsea Olsen and Lily Ritz had to take a seat with 2 personal fouls, Wagner stepped up in a big presence.
Boy, she stepped up in a big way.
Williams fakes, turns around, scoops it up, no. got her own rebound. The second try she banks home with 3.4 left to play. Inside to Callahan, who will dribble it out, and Youngstown State will pick up an 11-point victory, and they secure first place in the Horizon League.
Solid victory for the Penguins. More importantly, Cleveland State is now 2 games in back